Hi everyone, it's Alisa Tilsner and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a card with the Everything Amazing stamp set from Stampin' Up. So it's just a really quick and easy one again to create. Nothing too technical or hard about this one, just a really quick and simple card just to give you a little bit of inspiration. The retiring list for the annual catalogue has come out, the 2019-2020 annual catalogue is heading out. So, and this is one of the stamp sets that is on the out list. So I thought, well, let's make another card with it. We'll probably, actually, I think I'm using a lot of retiring products. So all we need for this one is a mint macaron base, a layer of mint macaron, and I'm using some strips of paper from the Best Dressed little 6x6 pack, which is also on the retiring list. So that has got some really pretty papers with it. I don't have the matching stamp set to go with this particular designer series paper, but a lot of the papers you can use for other cards. So I've just cut them into some strips, and I think I've actually just put one of my strips away. I think I require that one. And then just some scraps of Pretty Peacock and the Purple Posy, which are the colours from the designer series paper. So let's get stuck into our card. Let's get myself organised, shove all that sort of stuff away. So I've got everything on my blocks already, so I'm just going to ink this up with a Versamark ink pad, which if you haven't done any embossing before, the Versamark ink pad is a really sticky, tacky, almost like a glue type of ink pad, get my words out. And what it will do now, excuse me, I'm going to try really hard, not actually, I might just bring it down a little bit because I don't want my head to get in the screen, but I also want to line it up nice and straight. So I have a feeling that I will be in the screen. I'm going to pop it up a little bit towards the top so that I can put some twine down the bottom. So going back to the ink pad, if you haven't done any embossing before, it's a sticky ink pad and you won't be able to see it. You'll just see a tiny amount of it when I lift my ink pad up, but it will allow our embossing folder to, you can hear that, to stick to the tackiness of that image, and then we can heat set it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got it all. So then I'm just going to use some white embossing powder. Okay, just going to sprinkle it on. I keep saying this every video, I really need to get my act together and get a better setup than this. But if you're just starting out, this is the way to go. Just fold a piece of scrap paper in half, and I'm just going to flick that. And then that way it can collect all the excess powder. I've got a little bit on there as well, just get rid of that. So you can collect all your excess powder in just a folded scrap of paper, and then you can, whoops, funnel it back. I've got the stand of my iPhone here getting in the way. You can just funnel all that back into your container and pop your lid on so that you don't spill it, and get it out of the way. Okie doke. Now, heat set it with the tool comes next, and this is still a huge big buzz, and usually gets people into card making. So excuse the noise. So you can see it starting to turn into that lovely white glossy powder form. Oops. I love embossing, though it does get a little bit gritty. Okay, the next thing I am going to do is where these two little empty spots are, I am going to fill it with wishing you an amazing birthday. And I'm going to do that with my Pretty Peacock ink. Now again, I'm going to have to lean into my screen, so hopefully I don't get my head in, and hopefully I can get it straight. Wish me luck, cross your fingers. There we go, wishing you an amazing, line it all up, birthday. There we go, pretty good. Okay, now you can leave your image as is, but just to give it a little pop and a little bit more depth, I'm just going to grab my mint macaron ink pad and a sponge, and I label all of mine just so that I can make sure I've got the right colours, although I have got pink on my sponge here. So I'm just going to dab it into my ink pad, and then I'm just going to, starting off gently, just swirl that over the top of the amazing, just to give that a little bit of depth behind in the background there. So it just sort of helps step your card up without having to do too much to it. And you can go to the depth that you like. That will do for me. Okay, I have some baker's twine, which is also on the retiring list. I do not know what I am going to do without my baker's twine, because I use it in loads of things. Whoops. I think I've got way too much, but I'd rather have too much and than too little, than try and get my, oh, now it's not. Now it's loose. Let's see if I can tighten that up. Here we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to tie this in a bow. I've probably done it too tight now. Just going to tie. I can get my fingers to work. They don't seem to want to work these days. Here we go. Pull on the tails. Now I'm going to keep my tails fairly long, perhaps not that long. Oh, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. What will I start using? I don't use a lot of ribbon. I tend to use a lot more of the twine than ribbon. But there are some really pretty things coming out, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Okay, so now I can set that aside, and I've got my base here of mint macaron, and I have scored it in the middle so that it makes it nice and easier to fold, and then just run my bone folder down the back of it. Now I have cut 3 strips of designer series paper, and I just want to make sure I get them in the right order again. I think that one might, no, that one doesn't go there. It might go there. I should have put them down properly. Okay, I've got them all in the right order. So I am just going to adhere them onto my card front now. Okay, just looks like one big piece. Okay, now I am using a retired item, apologies, but there's just some little punches that we don't ever get rid of, and this is one of them. So I'm just going to punch out 3 little banners, and I'm going to adhere them to the back of my amazing birthday panel. So just on this bit down here, and then if I can bring it to the front again, I can pop them. I'll put one up. Whoops, my fingers are sticking to the tape. One down there. And as I said, these are the colours from the designer series paper. So a couple of Pretty Peacock and a little bit of Purple Posy in the middle. So Purple Posy we don't have an ink pad for, but you can definitely get the paper, the cardstock, and Stampin' Blends, and of course your accessories. Now what am I looking for? These are what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to pop on some dimensionals now. And then the last thing that I'm going to do, oops, my paper's slipping around, is use some of the Woven Threads sequins, because we have a purple posy and we also have the pretty peacock in here as well, because they are the in colours, and those ones are not retiring. So I need to grab a couple of the just to tie in. You could use either of them. You could use the pretty peacock if you wanted to. I'm going to use the purple posy just to bring a little bit of lightness to my card. Okay, now I want two small ones. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to see which ones are the lighter ones and which ones are the Rococo Rose. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these ones down now. Okay, and there is our quick and easy card finished. I'll bring the other one in. So now we have two quick and easy cards. So everything that I have used in this video you can get from my online store. I'll put the link up in the description, and I do have a monthly code that we use each month, and if you use the code and you order online, then you'll get a thank you gift in the following month in the mail from me. And these items are all on the retiring list, so please make sure that if you are looking at some of the retiring things, don't leave them to the last minute, because things are selling out already. And so make sure you go and check them out on the online store. There's a category there that you can just have a look at everything, but that one's a really fun one to use. It's a nice big image, and so you can fill it up with all sorts of other things. There's not a lot of stamping involved. Makes a really quick and easy card. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and so that you can be notified when I will bring up a video next. Okay, thanks very much for watching. See you later.